Hi guys, so today I have a video for you sponsored by Tonic Studios. They did send these items free of charge for my review and all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you were to purchase items to those links. So I have lots to share with you. This is the new color trend number 2 for Tonic. It is Santa's Workshop. You might have had a glimpse if you watched, the unboxing videos for the Santa's Sentiments craft kit. I think now that's a couple months ago. It included some of the papers and things from this collection. So what I'm gonna do is open up this one here. I'll probably end up standing up, to be honest. Yeah, let me get it. Because I'm just gonna go through this box. Papers and embellishments and, specialty sprays and embellishment mousses and all those kind of things. So I think it's really sweet. And I am totally into Christmas in July now. I know before, it's like, why would people do that? But I love it. So I'm really happy to see this and to have this to share with you guys. And then we'll start, keep working with it throughout the season. So I think it's really great. Okay, so one of the main items here is the Santa's Workshop 6x6 pattern paper. So Tonic normally has like their specialty papers and glitters and all these beautiful things, and then they do pattern papers in the smaller 6x6 paper pad. I'm just trying to get this plastic off of here so we can open this up. So again, you may have seen this little sneaky peek in the Santa's Sentiments craft kit. Sorry guys. All right. These are they're thicker than layering weight paper, but thinner than cardstock. I hope that kind of gives you some idea of how thick these papers are. So on this one, we have the little stars on the back of the stripe. And then on this one here, we have like the green with the white snowflakes. And on the back of that is some really cute little pattern, just dots. Red and green, a white background. And then we have the red stripe paper that on the back of that has this. That looks like little Christmas trees if you have it this way, but also just looks like stitched pattern. Really cute, like a garland maybe. And then this last piece, it's a green with the white dots. It kind of looks like snow. If you can tell, the dots are irregular, not like perfect dots. And then on this side, it has that little stitching kind of pattern. Super cute. I think that's it. Yeah, so there's 8 designs, 6 of each. So 6 of each paper, and then 8 designs being front and back. So there's 4 papers. Adorable. Oh, some inks. So this one is called Santa's Workshop, and it has Shamrock Green, Glacier Cherry, and white pigment. Oh, that's cool. We're going to have to play with that. We have Iced Ivy, glitter marker. Again, these are water-based markers, best to be used on paper and things like that. Not really on porous surfaces, should I say. So you don't really want to put that like on a slick surface. It might dry, but it might come off later. So that's more of a paper product. We have the sparkle spray. Let me get my scissors. I'm just going to take a second to cut that. Cut this one. Really pretty deep green color. And what I love about those sprays is that they're not just like a spray. It has like a chunkiness to it. So once you sprayed it, it has like some texture. Really, really pretty stuff. So this is called Frosted Bow. Look at the way it's moving around there. Really cool stuff. And then we have some fun powders here. This is embossing powders. Oh, I love this. Okay, so this one's like a sparkly red. And it is called Sugared Strawberries. I love that name. So it's red, and then it has the glittered in there. And this one's more of a green, kind of like, I'm sure it'll be shiny once you use it, but yeah, dimensional glossy effect. But in here it looks just like a matte, pretty green, and called Pine Needles. And then we have some Glacier Paste. Glacier Paste has become one of my favorites. It's so pretty. It has like a mousse, like whipped mousse, kind of, it was what I mean. Not mousse like their embellishment mousses. They're a little harder in texture. Smooth, but thicker, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This one's very light and airy. Pretty stuff. You can apply it more thickly or, thinly, however you want to apply it. Crushed cranberry. Really bright, kind of red with a little kind of iridescent, white iridescence. Hope you can see that. So that's what's in this box, but I know there's some other embellishments. You know what? I'll open this. If I can feel them in here, so let me just... Yeah, so we'll look at the embellishments right now. Let me cut all the bags away from these and I'll be right back. Some drops here. So let's start here with the glitter drops in Grotto Green, and just a green typical glitter drop. A few different kind of shades coming through. They're really pretty. This one's Jewel Drops and Holly Berries, and Jewel Drops are a little translucent, as it says right there. So you can kind of tell by the bottle, the way they design it, it's more of a little bit of see-through drop. This is pretty. I love Dream Drops. Rudolph's Nose. Oh my gosh, look how it's red. It's kind of like a tomato-y color. It has the shimmer. Oh, so pretty. I do have a video on kind of using all the different drops. I think they have 7 or 9 different types. And if you want to check that out, I will link it if I remember to link it in the description box. And these are crystal drops. It is more their classic drop in my opinion, but Sprig of Mistletoe, and it's kind of a little brighter green. Deeper than lime, but lighter than, you know, a dark green, clearly. And then we have some mousses here. So we do have the Nouveau Embellishment Mousse in a metallic green shade. It's called Myrtle Green. And then we have Crackle Mousse. And it's always hard for me to kind of review the Crackle Mousse because it does take time to crackle. And usually, I make the video, I take my pictures and get it going. So it's hard for me to wait for this to do its thing. Maybe in the future, or maybe sometime after this, I'll try to just focus on that. That way the video will be something that I'll make over a few days, or a day or so, and then I'll edit it. But this one's called Rose Hip. Really, really pretty color. It's kind of a pinky red. So you can see that. And then these guys, and I've been looking forward to this because I know in the craft kits, usually what happens is there's a pack of 4, and you might get 1 or 2 or whatever it is that they're including in that month's kit, but it's randomly selected. And so I was really looking forward to these guys. So cute. They weren't in the kit that I had received, so I love that. So this is the Santa's Workshop Pure Sheen collection. So we have Starlit Snowflakes, Christmas Magic, Falling Snow, and Candy Cane. So Candy Cane, Falling Snow, Christmas Magic, and then the snowflakes, which I did receive in my other kit. Look how cute. These are fine glitters, where these are like sequins and cute little snowflakes. Okay, so papers. Let me grab these here. There's something else in here. Okay. Let me sort through these papers. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure. I saw some paper on the very top that was purple, and I thought, that doesn't seem like Santa's workshop. So yeah, it was for something else. Okay, so we have Pine Tree, the classic card. And the classic card, hopefully you can see, has texture. And the other side isn't as textured, but so I usually, if I need to stamp on something like this, I stamp on the back side of it because it's still textured, but not as much as the front. And then we have Santa's Hat. Luxury embossed card, it says. You can see it just has texture. It does look like Santa's hat, like that crushed velvet kind of look. Pretty cool. I didn't sort through the papers well enough, so hold on. I was going to show you guys another stack of purple paper, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Okay. Well, if we're going from Santa's hat, let's do Ice Rink. A luxury embossed card. You can see it's just such a beautiful tone on there. Look at the shimmer. Love it. So what I'm showing you is pretty much the whole collection. They're normally the way Tonic sells them, and I don't know what they're bundling, but they make bundles, or like embellishment bundles, or the whole thing, or the paper bundle. So just keep in mind. So what I'm showing you is going to be sold in different ways. I'm not 100% sure exactly what, but again, the links will be there for you guys. Seafoam Green, which is a mirror card, and it just looks really cool, accompanying all these different, I love the mirror cards. Tidal Wave, Water Sprite, Seafoam Green, I'm into it. So pretty. Pearl White, pearlescent card. And it's just your classic pearlescent white card. It has kind of a gold fleck to it. Ruby Ritz, which is just gorgeous glitter card, of course. I mean, look at that. It looks so fiery and gorgeous. I love it. And their glitter card does not shed, and it's not... I don't know how they do their process. I want to say it's not coated in plastic. Maybe it is, but it cuts very easily. I know I've had other glitter cards where it's a nightmare to cut them because your die won't really cut through it. And this stuff cuts really well and doesn't shed, so that's great. Did I reduce candies? No. candy stripe, which I love. This is like one of my favorite papers from this collection, just because it's so pretty in that red foil. I know it's hard to tell because of the glare, but this is foiled. There you go. And then we have Shining Spruce, just a really cool paper. It has that handmade paper feel. It says handcrafted cotton paper. On the back it is black. And if you want to use that side, oh, how cute would that be for like coal or something? Adorable. Anyway, so on this side you can see the green and you can kind of see the black kind of come through here and there. It just gives it dimension and really nice depth. And then of course it has really great texture. So I'm gonna grab some stuff. Maybe make some card bases. I'm not sure exactly what I want to show you guys quite yet, but we will create something coming right up. Okay guys, so an idea I had just to be very cardstock heavy. I'm going to use these pieces. I'll talk about that in just a minute. You know, I did pull out a couple other things that were in the Santa Sentiment craft kit that, like this ribbon here. I'm not sure if this is a part of the collection, but I have a feeling it is. And then the brown cardstock, the craft cardstock bases. So actually I'm going to use that today. These are brown craft cardstock bases that are A2 size, so 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And that's what that is. These pieces of paper are 4 by 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do is kind of like cut them up and piece them back together. And I think that'll work out. These have to be pretty much exactly the same, so just really pay attention to that. What I'm going to do is give myself a couple of little marks that I can pay attention to while I'm cutting, and I'll show you, or I'll talk about in a minute why that is. Let's see here. I just want a pencil, but I guess this one will do. So I kind of want to mark the center of this. So if this is 5 1/4, we need 2 1/2, which would be here, and then split that. So right in here. I know it looks funky because of the way this is measured here. So 2 1/2, 2 1/2, and then we need to split the difference of that quarter in the center. And then up here, I think I'm going to mark it, since this is 4 by 5 1/4, at the 2 inches, just right there, just a little mark at 2 inches. Hopefully I can see those when I go to do this later. This other part, we'll just have fun with it, so I'm not really too concerned, but I guess I can mark it again at that. I'm not sure that I'm going to do that one. I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to cut it here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So again, splitting the difference between 5 1/2 here, and then 2 and 2 inches. And I'm going to keep this, I'm holding them together, and hopefully you saw it was the ice rink, the foiled stripe, and this one here. And I cut the foiled stripe on this way on purpose because I'm going to cut the papers this way and I want it to look cool. If it was going the same direction, it might look funky. So I have it going the opposite direction. Stripes there. And I'm just going to get this. And the reason I'm doing this all at once is so that they basically are all exactly the same, hopefully. Hopefully this works. What I'm going to do is eyeball in my cutter from that little mark, that mark I made, to this center mark. And then I'm just going to cut it. So we're going to hold it really tight. And, you know, as close as I can get it. It's not the biggest deal. I'm just kind of eyeballing that. Plus this over here. And we're always going to go from that center mark to wherever out. So I'm holding this really nice and tight. Hopefully this didn't shift. Chop. Quick. Hard chop. Now I have these 3 pieces. We're only going to use one of those pieces. And actually, I guess you can make several cards with this. Because of the pieces that we're going to have left over. Again, line them up pretty good. Okay, sorry. So I'm just going to keep doing that. The next one, I'm just going to go from that very center to the very corner there. If you want to mark that, or if you're afraid to go into the corner, you want to go somewhere else just so it's easier, you know what I'm saying, instead of like trying to line that up. And you can just do it organically wherever you want. You do whatever you like. That'll work too. I'm just going to line up that very corner and again back to here. So this is just a quick way, kind of fun way. You got to really pay attention to what you're doing though to cut these little guys. And I'm just going to keep doing that across the way. So now we have that piece. Let me pop these guys out. Here, and that's going to match up with these guys. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. And, you know, if you don't want to do that one, that middle one, I'm just going to do the middle one. But if you don't want to, you can just cut kind of cool angle. However you want to chop this up, but just always keep it together in the same so that way it matches back up at the end. So I'm going to cut from here to the straight across, and then from here to here, and then this last little piece again from here to that registration mark that we made, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, so we have all the little pieces here, and like I said, maybe, I'm not sure where I had edited, that you can make several cards with this because now you have all the pieces. So now all we're going to do is just look through these, and I think I wanted to start off with the red and kind of go to the stripe. Ah, so fun. And then to the white one. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do. You just have to hold it together and make sure they're not, you know, moving too much. And I just use 3 cardstocks, but you can use more than that. Like I said, if you want to split the difference even here, you know, it would change the look of the whole thing too. So however many cuts you want to make would be great. Where are we at? Stripe next. And then this white piece, I didn't make marks on this, so I want to make sure they're not visible. If they were, I would erase them. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is just tape these down. Not tape them down. I'm going to glue them down. But now we have all these pieces that, again, we can make more cards with. Maybe I will split the difference on these two just to make a different look. What I can do is hold these together and give them a cut, like here, just some arbitrary from that corner to here. And we can do a couple other cards too. So I'm going to glue these down. I'll be right back. So I actually made 2 card bases. I still have plenty of papers left over. If you want to try to replicate it, you can just cut a few more that you might need to, you know, make more cards. Or you can even just alternate it and leave some background, you know. You maybe not put one there, but maybe put one, you know, however it is that it would work. I guess this one goes here, you know. Play with it a little bit different, and you don't even have to use all of the papers. So just a couple of backgrounds. I'll cut some toppers or something like that and place those on there. Let me clean up here, and I have a couple other things to do. Okay, so I have a piece of paper here, just cut down. I like how you can see both of my ring light and then my other light here. This is some of the classic card, the pine tree, and I'm going to do some fun stuff with this. I think I'm just going to... Actually, for right now, I don't need to put anything. I'll just leave that there. I'm going to take some of the spray. I'm going to do some tone on tone. So this is green. It's for a slimline background, and I cut it at 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 because I like my slimlines to be 3 1/2 by 8 1/2, but whatever you like. This is brand new, and I probably should protect this area, but you know, I never do. I'm just going to try to get it going. And with this one, you can spray it however you like. So you can do a test spray if you want to see how it's going to spray or go right onto your project. I'll do a quick little test spray. And you see, I don't know if you can see what I'm saying. It has some chunkiness. Like that little area right there will stay raised up like that if you want it to. I suppose you can pat it down if you don't want to. But it looks, as it's drying, you can kind of see the metallic. And I'm just going to... There we go. So I'm kind of went from this direction that way. And I'm going to do a little bit from this direction. And that is all I'm going to do for that. So you can do as little as much as you like, of course. I'm going to wipe this down. And I just use baby wipes from the dollar store. You can use towel, you know, just paper toweling is fine too. It's a wet medium, so it should just wipe away pretty easily. And then I'm going to do a little stenciling too with some of the embellishment mousse. So I will let this dry and I will be right back. Okay, so I don't know if this is dry, but it doesn't really have to be. I'm just gonna put this down just to hold that. And I have a stencil here. This is just a random stencil. It's not even a Christmas design really, but I thought it would look lovely. So actually I'm gonna put that there. This here, and maybe just to help me hold that down. And people always give me the tip when I open these to use some press and seal and then put them away. So however you want to store these, that's fine. They tend to dry out. Mine, I've had them for about a year now and they haven't dried out, and I haven't used the press and seal, but whatever helps out, I think, you know, is probably what you want to do. I am going to put this on here and kind of soften it just a little bit. And I always still use my hand just because I'm used to doing that with a stencil, but however you feel comfortable putting this on. And just coming in here, and as chunky or as thin as you like. I put some back only because it was pretty clean. It was just from this little pile that I have here. But if you kind of get it mixed in with other stuff, don't put it back in your jar. So just kind of a little, adding some texture here. I'm not trying to be perfect, but I am trying to get as much as I can. Like that. Got a little on here, just wipe that off. And I'm gonna do the same thing with that top corner, so let me just remove this. Just giving us some little chunkiness here. I don't know that I need to clean this off, but I don't want it to seep through the back. So I'm gonna wipe this down real quick, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm just gonna stick it down over here and add some in this top corner, okay? And I'll be back. Same thing over here, but since this is wet, it held up my stencil because the stencil is very big. And there we go. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, but this is just a lovely tone-on-tone background that, you know, anyone can do. You want to do some stamping, you can even bring in stamping just to give more texture in the background. Really fun stuff. But let me clean this off and I'll be right back. I just want to show you what I would do once it's all nice and dry. And I don't know if you can see that embellishment mousse is super shimmery. You got some fun stuff. Again, add more texture, less, however you like to do it. Just a spray, you know, top it off. So again, this was 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this piece of paper is 8 3/8 by 3 3/8 or so. And I know you guys like to conserve this paper, so if you want to gut this, take an X-Acto knife and cut like this center area out, then you can use it for something else. But this is the hollow paper that is in the collection there. And then, so yeah, the Seafoam Green there. And then, so this here is just a piece of the pearlescent white paper, and I'm just going to score it. So that paper is A4 size, so I did have to cut it in one direction, 7 inches, and then 8 1/2 in the other direction, because A4 paper is 11 3/4-ish by like 8 1/4, so it's not quite 8 1/2. So you have to cut it the 8 1/2 from the 11 3/4 inch side, and then 7 inches, okay? And 7 inch, okay, so we need 3 1/2. So just some fun card bases, and like I said, I'll add some toppers and have some images for you guys. So hope you enjoy the new collection, the new color trend, Santa's Workshop. I think, you know, it can be more playful, it can be more elegant, kind of like this one, artsy, however you want to do it. You can play it up in different ways. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video. I'm going to adhere those down, add some sentiments, and maybe some drops and things like that, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now. Okay guys, to finish up the cards, I'm going to do quite a bit. For the green background, I'm just going to take some stamps from the Craft Kit stamp set, Craft Kit 44. And you guys know I like to just kind of put a bunch of words together, so I'm going to use the cheer, the wish, I think Merry, and just stamp it randomly here and there. Then I'm going to layer all this up and add a sentiment also from the Craft Kit, and then just like a little flower to finish it off. And then on the red and white cards, I decided one of them looked like holly berry, like the little like mistletoe kind of thing.
like a bow, like it should be hanging at the top. So I oriented the card the other way in the landscape direction. And then I'm going to add some little leaves and a little bow along with my sentiment. And then the very last red and white card, I'm just adding a few little words on there and topping it off with some Nuvo drops. So that's what I'll be doing, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye now.